G'day folks, X-Ray Racer 1 here, and this will be my review of the N-scale Atlas Masterline 2-truck Shay. This locomotive is something I've been waiting for quite a while. Atlas, for those who are aware, Atlas have made Shay locomotives in the past, and people have been waiting a couple of years for Atlas to do another run of them. Now, I actually have bought another one of these locomotives, and I decided to buy this one, another one. Reason being is they only do a limited run of them, and they have them in various road names. This particular one is in the Argentine Central road name. The other one I have, I think it's New York and Penn something logging. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to have a look. And I thought, oh well, I'll just do a review of it. The other Shay locomotive I actually bought probably about a month ago, and these locomotives, for those who aren't familiar with these locomotives, or on the real ones, the Shay locomotive, as you can see, it is a steam locomotive. However, it's not a traditional steam locomotive. It is a geared locomotive. So, as opposed to your traditional steam locomotive where you have the pistons up the front and driving wheels here with the push rods turning the wheels, if I just zoom in a little bit more, what you have here is those are your pistons right there, and you can just see the connecting rods down the bottom, and then they turn these shafts, and which drives the wheels. So that's why it's called a 2-truck Shay. They are a geared locomotive. They were I believe they were made by the Lima Locomotive Company, not the model company, but the actual Lima locomotive company. And these were designed for running on small logging railways. Now, I believe the real Shays, this one, like to scale, is slightly bigger to scale because the real ones ran on a narrower gauge. However, they've made these to run on ordinary N-scale track. Now, this locomotive is made by Atlas. It's their Masterline series. Now, this locomotive is DC, but it is DCC capable. It's not DCC ready. You have to hardwire in a decoder. So when in between this video and part B, I will be putting in a decoder, and what I will do, but just for reference, using one of these, it's a TCS Z2. There's the part number there, so if you're looking for TCS, that's the part number, that's the model, and those are its specifications there. It is primarily designed for Z scale or Z scale. I'll just zoom out a little bit here, but it is a very, very small decoder. As you can see, that's it there. I'll just try and get it in the light there. That's the decoder there, very small. So what I will do is I will do a how-to video on how to wire in a decoder for the Shay, but that will be a separate video to the review series. But we'll have a quick look just quickly. It is very nicely detailed. I like the I have to admit, I do find it hard with my other Shay. You do find it hard to see these turning, but if you do look closely, I can't really get it. Yeah, you can see the actual rods. They actually go up and down, that turn the crankshaft there. Now, there's been some chatter on Facebook, because that's where I do a lot of my end scale talking, and that on Facebook. My Shay Locomotive and a few others on a particular Facebook group, we've noted that there is some binding on the trucks. Now, my first Shay that I got goes fine forwards, but when you have it go backwards, I noticed the gears seem to bind, and you hear it going click, 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 and you can see the truck jumping away as it goes backwards. It's got nothing to do with the gears inside. It has to do with the shafts. And another fella on Facebook got in contact with me, and he even said that the rear truck on his Shay is jumping when it goes in reverse. However, I'm fortunate with this one. I did do a quick little test on this bit of track here. It is working. It works fine in both directions, so I guess I got lucky. With the detail of this, unlike most of your other locomotives that have a ABS plastic shell, this is all die cast. That's all metal, which is actually good. My other Shay locomotive can pull a pretty long train, considering it's only got 2 trucks and there are no traction tires. So it's actually a pretty damn good pulling locomotive. Detail wise, it's pretty good. You can see all the little rivets there on the main part of the chassis there, all the little pipes and hoses, the railings, the bell. If I remember correctly, the bell on mine's a different colour. But it has. I know for a fact that it has directional headlights. So if you want to run this in DC only, which is cool, inside of both ends of the locomotive, it has. They have little circuit board LEDs, so it'll sense whether you're going forward or reverse, and the lights, the lamps at either direction will turn on depending on the direction you're running. So what I'll do is I will leave part A here. What I will do now is I will disassemble it and put the decoder inside, and like I said, I will do another video showing you how to. I'll probably do it in a few steps, or I'll just use my mediocre editing skills and do my best to edit it, and then we'll go to part B, where I will give it a run on the track, and then part C I'll give you my final thoughts. So stay tuned for that, guys.